Welcome everybody to Relegation View. Well, neutral perspective, hate view, whatever you can call it. Last night we just had a bigger shot. We have had a shot that Sean Dyche, the Nottingham Forest manager, has been sacked by Nottingham Forest after their abysmal performance against Wolverhampton Wanderers at the City Ground. 2 sackings after one day. 2 sackings. You go from North London and you say, breaking news, Thomas Frank's been sacked after losing 2-1 to Newcastle United, and then 14 hours later, breaking news, Nottingham Forest have sacked Sean Dyche. I've got mixed reviews about this. Honestly, I've got mixed reviews about this sacking. In one hand, it's a massive advantage for us. Because one, we've already know how we want to play in the Premier League. Plus, we've got FA Cup. But now being on Saturday. However, then you think about this. They can get the best of the best managers. Spurs wants to get De Zerbi or Poch. And I'm like, you're 16th in the league. They're going overboard with their promises. Even today, Ange said on the overlap, Spurs are not a big club. Yeah, in fact, we can all admit Spurs are not a big club. We can happily finally admit that Spurs will never beat a big club compared to the Arsenal, compared to Chelsea, compared to Manchester United, Liverpool. They'll never have that history of those big 5 clubs that they have. And even teams like Villa and Newcastle are bigger than Spurs. But then, look at Forest's point of view. I actually want Nottingham Forest to go to the Europa League round of 16, quarter-final, semi-final, final. And you're thinking, hold on, why would you want a team that's fighting for the relegation battle to have a trophy? Now, obviously as a West Ham fan, I do not want Forest or Tottenham to survive. Of course. An idiot would want another team to survive except their own. Survival of the fittest, king of the jungle, that's how the law works. Get the job done. And yeah. But how is Forest? They've got no FA Cup. They've got no job about Wrexham in the penalties. How is Forest going to Fenerbahce? Fenerbahce is a massive club, yeah? How are they going to handle Fenerbahce on Thursday, Liverpool on Saturday, and then guess what? Guess what, guys? They're going to go back to Fenerbahce for the second leg. So how are you going to handle 2 Thursday night matches and a Saturday match against Liverpool, Liverpool's been underperforming, but then you've got to think about this. They're not doing worse than Forest. I mean, yeah, Fenerbahce are in the playoffs, but they're massive. So how are you guys going to face Fenerbahce, face Liverpool, face Fenerbahce second leg when you have an incomplete manager? And I'm like, succeed by winning a trophy first, then let the big boys handle the relegation battle, and then you let the small boys get relegated. Just do that. Get your head back in the game. Focus on the Europa League. Just focus on the Europa League. I mean, for example, if you ask any fan, would you rather go get relegated but get Champions League, or stay up and you don't get Champions League football, you're out of the Europa League, you're gonna see the same old 17 clubs plus the newbies. I'm like, just get it done. I mean, the best case scenario for the world to be at peace. The funniest case of scenario, the best case scenario would be if Sean Dyche goes to Spurs, Thomas Frank goes to Forest, and then we could all live happily ever after. I will take that. Sean Dyche at Tottenham. Sean Dyche in the Champions League. Thomas Frank against Fenerbahce. The headline speaks for itself. You can focus on the Europa League. You can win a second European trophy. I mean, your club is best known for winning a European trophy rather than spending how many years that you've been in the championship. So get your head out of your arse, get Thomas Frank from Tottenham, Sean Dyche goes to Spurs, then everyone's happy. I mean, think about it. Sean Dyche becoming a Tottenham manager. Sean Dyche winning the Champions League. Sean Dyche winning the Champions League with Tottenham and get relegated. Thomas Frank winning the Europa League with Nottingham Forest and then get relegated. Nuno Espirito Santos sacked at Tottenham, sacked at Forest, stays up in the Premier League, and the two teams that sacked Nuno Espirito Santos, one of them gets relegated. One of them took them to Europa League. One of them took them to Europa League success by getting into European spots, which Forest has not done since the 80s. The other Nuno, didn't work out with Spurs. And I think his last match before he got sacked was against Wolves. Wolves. Imagine Nuno's last three clubs that he managed before West Ham. Wolves relegated. Tottenham, the Big Six team. The team that always said they've got bigger fish to fry. It's all in their hands. Relegated. And now, even if Spurs stay up, and Leeds stay up, and Crystal Palace stay up, and Burnley stay up, imagine the Greek owner, American as, yeah, who sacked Nuno Espirito Santos and got some random nobody off the street to manage Nottingham Forest, got relegated. That is the dream that everyone should live. You see the crappiest of the crappiest, the worst of the worst, the below average of the below average get relegated, then we can stay up. We can stay up and take the position that we deserve, the position that Forest doesn't deserve, Tottenham doesn't deserve, Burnley doesn't deserve, Wolves doesn't deserve. We can finally be at peace. Thanks guys for watching this video. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. If you want Frank in for Nottingham Forest, type in the comments. If you want Dyche in for Tottenham, get in the comments. Road to 70 is coming up sooner than we expected. So yeah, peace. I'm out. Living the dream.